Can you please explain the julus? How should it be done? Again, julus in Arabic means to sit. But in our language it means to march. So don't go to an Arab and say we believe in julus in Milad, because julus means to sit. But when we do julus, julus means a procession. You see, again, procession is not something that is prescribed. What one must understand is that there are certain worships that are being prescribed in the Quran and Sunnah, and the manner and form hasn't been prescribed. For example, let me give you an example. Allah says, Aqimus Salah, read Salah, establish Salah. Allah has prescribed a time and a format. If you go out of that format, your worship will not be acceptable, especially if you specifically say that I don't believe in this format. So some worship, there is a specific format. But with some worship, there is no format given. All that is given is the order. Like Allah says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, oh you believe, Sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Read, send salutations, salatu wassalam upon my beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But Allah did not prescribe a format. He did not prescribe a format. That is why the Sahaba went to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and they said, well, with all worship we have a format. But now we're being told of salatu salam. We know about salam, but what about salah? Because salah is for Allah. So the Prophet ﷺ taught them how to send salam. In fact, his teachings contradicted the order of Allah on the face of it. Not that there is any contradiction, na'uzubillah, between the teachings of Allah and His Rasul. But on the face of it, his order contradicted the order of Allah. Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, oh you who believe, you should read. And what did the Prophet ﷺ say to us? How should you read? Allahumma, oh Allah, you read. Allah orders us, we ask Allah. Allah tells us, it's like your father saying, do this, and you say back to him, you do this. It's ajib, isn't it? Allah says to us, you read. And now we go back to Allah and say, no Allah, you read. Why this contradiction? This is not a contradiction. Why? Because Allah says, I send salam and salam, you also do it. So we go to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, how? The Prophet ﷺ says to us, you don't know how. So tell Allah, oh Allah, justice upon salatu salam can only be done by you. That's why we request you to read salatu salam. You are the best sender of salatu salam. So julus is not prescriptive. It's not an integral part of the celebration of Milad. But if someone celebrates Milad by way of julus, to extol the name of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to extol his message, to extol his teachings, then there are many ahadith where Sahaba had a procession, not only in Makkah once, but on many occasions. And there will also be a procession on the Day of Judgment, which the Quran refers to. وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا إِلَىٰ وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا إِلَىٰ جَنَّةِ زُمَرًا. Words that I may have confused a few words. But وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا رَبَّهُمْ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ زُمَرًا. That on the Day of Judgment there will be a julus that will go towards Jannah. So the idea of a julus, the idea of a procession, is part of the Ayn constitution of the Quran. But it's not necessary that it must be done. If someone does it, it is within that Ayn. Can you please, this is not related to Milad, can you please clarify the one Eid dilemma in regards to moon sighting in Makkah? Is it good enough? The thing is that moon sighting is based on observation. Observation can differ. This is not a new issue, this is an old issue. And it is well established that even in the old days, there were occasions where people in one country celebrated on one day, people in another country celebrated on another day. Why? Because they saw the moon on that day, they didn't see the moon on that day. The celebration of Eid is Eid al-Fitr is based on the citation of the moon, and when you see it and you have witnesses, that's fine. But as far as Eid Miladun Nabi is concerned, there is no restriction on the moon. Why? Because as far as Miladun Nabi is concerned, every day is a day of Milad. Is it a sin not to pray qaza salah if I am at school at the time of the original salah? There is no prayer room available. I am 16. You cannot pray salah which is not due. When it's due, then you pray it. And if you can't pray it, then you do qaza. But you cannot pray beforehand. That's the answer to that. You said the Prophet ﷺ kept the fast on Monday because it was the day he was born. Indeed, Imam Muslim has narrated that. Even though it wasn't in Ramadan. The fasting in Ramadan is fard. It is incumbent upon us. There is a direct order in the Quran. But the fasting of Monday is sunnah. If someone does it, it's within the fabric of sunnah. If someone doesn't do it, it's not that they would become a sinner. And then the question further goes on, or on a Friday. You see, the reason, even though Friday is elevated because it was the birthday of Adam a.s., it wasn't renowned for its fasting. But if someone fasts on that day, it's not a problem. But if you specify Friday and say now it is fard, that's wrong. We don't specify Monday and say you must do it. But the fact that the Prophet ﷺ specified it on Monday, because Monday was the day not only when he was born, but also the day when the Quran was revealed. So therefore, as a thanksgiving, it was extolled as a day to be fasted. But it's not something that you must do on a Monday. If you have intention that I couldn't fast on Monday, but by way of thanksgiving of the Quran and Sahib al-Quran, I'll fast on Tuesday. That's not a problem. But the greater reward is on Monday because it is part of the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Or does one have to have a reason to fast? You don't have to have a reason to fast. As long as you're fasting, you fast in Ramadan, there is a reason. Allah has prescribed it. Other than that, there are specific days where it is sunnah to fast. But other than that, there is no restriction on fasting. You can fast any day except for, of course, the day of Eid.